How for me came about was Laird been going to Tahiti paddling and got Poto involved, and then Poto was paddling and one day was flat. I wanted to work out. We just went out on boards and Poto had an extra paddle, and I just did one long run, and you know, it's like, wow, you know, just amazing workout. My abs, my legs, my back, every single twitching muscle possible. And we paddled for maybe 2 hours, but I was done for probably 2 weeks after that 2 hours. And I think from there it was like, you know, the light bulb went off just for me on the pure exercise alone, you know. So for me, I like it more so for the exercise, but now, you know, when we came back, and that was 12-foot boards, Dave Palmer and me, you know, started playing with smaller boards, 10-foot boards, and kind of developed to more of a high-performance surfing, stuff like that too. So, you know, for me, that's when it started. But the real history behind this is, you know, guys like Dukan and Moko and, you know, George Downing, and, you know, the guys that pioneered surfing was already paddling with their canoe paddles and surfboards. And then the Troy family in Waikiki, you know, kept the tradition alive by paddling with their paddles and surfboards and taking pictures of the tourists. And I think the next stage from there was really Dave Kalama and Laird just playing around, horsing around in Maui, and Laird, you know, doing everything and stuff, tweaking it, and made a bigger paddle and kind of just, you know, evolutionized the whole thing on stand-up paddling.
Stand-up paddling, I grew up on Kauai. My dad ran a beach service and started taking tourists out on canoe rides probably when I was 10 years old, 11, and then became part of the outrigger club there, Niumalu Canoe Club down at Kalapaki, and fell in love with outrigger canoe racing. Did that for 30 some odd years of my life, and through that whole time, you know, surfing, shortboard, longboard. So I surfed for about 41 years now, and paddling canoe. And when paddle surfing got resurrected, that just was something that really opened my eyes, because it was a love of my two loves combined into one. And even though I had surfed for a while and paddled for a while, it was really hard to get to the point where I'm at now in stand-up surfing.
I got into stand-up paddling about maybe 3 years ago. Just exercise, working out, and started doing downwind runs with my friend Buzzy Kerbox, who was paddleboarding, and I just rode him for the training, and it just turned into, next thing you knew, I was doing the Molokai Channel, and then now it's stand-up surfing. It's awesome exercise, great training, good balance, good cardio. People don't realize how hard it really is.
I'd seen it, of course, you know, in Waikiki in years past, the outchoys and everything, and it was a, you know, a whole different thing, you know, cruising around on the tankers, and, you know, it always stuck in our heads, and we saw, I think about 1994, saw some pictures of Laird and Dave Kalama, them paddling around at Mala Wharf, just cruising, and, you know, and it looked fun, but it wasn't until Brian said, hey, you know, can we make a short board? And I said, how short? I was thinking 10 foot. So I just looked in the Clark Foam catalog and saw that, you know, what we could do with Blank and Rocker. We made him one, and then he just ran with it from there. And then it was more like, oh, and then Brian's on to something here. So, you know, that's kind of, I just kind of follow him, you know. And at first I thought it was just one of the new toys that we'd be playing around with, but it seemed to really catch fire when the board and the paddle and the Hawaiian surfing became an advantage. Like we actually started, you know, like surfing better than we would on a regular tanker.
When Brian started doing it and reintroduced me to it, it was like, oh wow, we used to do this when we were kids, and started to get into the surf, and then Dave started to progress the boards, and it just snowballed from there. It turned into being just a fun little, when the waves are junk, to have fun, to wow, this is actually an awesome sport. You get a great exercise, stay in shape, and have a lot of fun.